call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum, and I want to take just a minute and welcome Mr. Vusick. We're glad to have you on the board and look forward to working with you. So welcome to the board. And are there any adjustments to tonight's agenda? Okay, and the superintendent will be doing a lot of hand signals and head shaking. Her voice did not arrive at school today. So thank you to her team for supporting through that. All right, do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda with flexibility?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. All right, and we will begin with introduction of guests. All right, thank you. This time I'm going to turn it over to the superintendent and the assistant superintendent and team for introduction, some special recognitions. And we all know how very difficult it is for Ms. Q not to be able to talk tonight, don't we? Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
January is School Board Recognition Month.
Oh.
School board members have the most important volunteer jobs in the country and often face some of the toughest challenges in elected American government. Yet our school board members aren't just ordinary citizens. They have an extraordinary dedication to our nation's public schools. So we want to thank you on behalf of our district, Mrs. Q, our cabinet, our administrators, for your time and dedication to our staff and the students of Wildcat Nation. Demery Maker, Patty Ann Ansel, Mr. Dale Dunlap, Bradley Bishop, and welcome Chase Vusick. Thank you all.
Thank you.
It really is an important job.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to bring her up?
Yes.
Sean Lee, Ms. Caviero. Can you join me, please? Join us. I'm speaking for Mrs. Q. You got that? Okay. Good to see you. We are thrilled to recognize Sean Lee Caviero for earning her National Board Certification in Middle Childhood Generalist, a remarkable achievement, and it makes her our first nationally certified, National Board Certified teacher in the district. This is a big deal, so yay. I want to tell you a little bit. National Board Certification is a rigorous, voluntary process that recognizes educators who meet the highest standards of teaching excellence through extensive reflection, assessment, and demonstrated impact on student learning. This honor reflects Mrs. Caballero's unwavering dedication to her craft and to her students' success. She leads with hope, heart, and a true champion spirit. She inspires those around her through her passion, perseverance, and belief in every student's potential. As the epitome of the portrait of a Wildcat, she exemplifies excellence, leadership, and a steadfast commitment to empowering learners. Her achievement is a moment of pride for our entire district and a reflection of the lasting and meaningful impact she has on students, colleagues, and our Wildcat family. Congratulations, Mrs. Caballero, on this extraordinary accomplishment. Your influence, professionalism, tireless commitment continues to strengthen our district and inspire those who serve. We are so grateful for the lasting difference you make every day and proudly celebrate this well-deserved, only one of its kind in Lovington achievement. Yay for you. Mila, Justin, anything you want to add?
I'm just very proud of the work, have seen her going through this journey. So very proud to have her in our building. And there forever.
She is very special. And Mrs. Q has a certificate for you for displaying all the 5 traits of the district's Portrait of a Wildcat and earning your national board certification. I'll give you the speech that she wrote, and then she has this special swag here for you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Christine, do you have anything to say?
I think it was all said We're so proud. Very proud
Thank
of
you
you.
for the support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
She's Taylor's teacher. Loves her.
Mr. Peyton Hagler, you haven't been up here enough, so we need to recognize you one more time. Mr. Hagler traveled to Nashville in December to receive the Association for Career and Technical Education, ACTE award. The ACTE, and it's in your, if you see my report, there's a picture of them at the event, but ACTE is the largest not-for-profit organization dedicated to advancing education that prepares youth and adults for successful careers. Mr. Hagler was selected as the 2026 ACTE National New Teacher of the Year. When in Nashville, he was able to also present to the participants attending the conference. Mr. Hagler serves as our OPEP, Oilfield Pre-Employment Program, instructor at Lovington High School. This award recognizes new career and technical education teachers who have made significant contributions through innovative and unique CTE programs and who have demonstrated a strong professional commitment early in their careers. This is a significant national honor and reflects the quality of instruction and leadership Mr. Hagler brings to his students and to the district. Congratulations to Mr. Hagler on a well-deserved recognition.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I don't have a whole lot to say on top of that other than just extremely excited to have Mr. Hagler on campus with us. He does such a great job with our teachers. He's really built this program up from nothing. And it's his leadership, not only in his OPEP, but also within the Skills USA program and how he's grown that. That is now a chapter of excellence as well. And so we're just grateful to have Mr. Hagler on campus with us.
I want to say Mr. Hagler's his passion for teaching students is second to none, and it's just very evident every time I walk in his classroom or see him, or even out in the classroom with students. And it's just amazing. I'm just proud of having to be part of, being able to work with Peyton. So, good job.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate it. Glory be to God.
Mrs. Hagler?
So next,
House of Champions.
yes.
Lovington High School, Montana Hagler, has become a trusted leader in career technical education in the agricultural pathway. She's a beloved teacher to her students and is the lead instructor for plant system management and the advisor to the Lovington chapter for Future Farmers of America. Mrs. Hagler creates hands-on, student-centered learning environments where teenagers can grow as scholars, but also as leaders, critical thinkers, and contributors to their rural New Mexico community. Mrs. Hagler's instructional practices blend innovation with real-world relevance. She incorporates inquiry-based learning, project-based units, and a flipped classroom model that leverages technology to maximize active learning time. Students enter her labs or through her classes prepared to apply knowledge immediately, whether in the greenhouse labs or through FFA experiential learning projects. Her students have demonstrated strong gains in both academic understanding and practical agricultural skills, and many graduates have pursued degrees or careers in agricultural and related fields. Beyond her classroom, Mrs. Hagler is a leader in our district-wide CTE programming. At LHS, she serves as the CTE department chair, collaborates with school and district leaders on grant writing for the department, thank goodness, and has played an instrumental role in designing and implementing Lovington's school work-based learning internships for eligible juniors and seniors. She helped develop the district's Portrait of a Wildcat, encompassing a strategic plan and the skills and aspirations that guide students from freshman year through graduation. Mrs. Hagler also inspires and engages with families through a parent advisory board and meets regularly to discuss program goals and student progress. We are so excited to congratulate Mrs. Hagler on being only one of 30 teachers across the United States to receive the Milken Educator Award, the Oscars of Teaching. You may have seen that last week. Woo, we're proud of you. This is a big deal. Congratulations.
So, Miss Hagler is extremely humble, and when you tell her sometimes that she's doing a great job, she doesn't really soak it in or understand that she's really hard on herself. And so I was excited that she was picked for this award because without her guidance, even through the CLNA, the writing the grant, to setting up the prerequisites for the CPE program, and all of those administrative things, the way that her kids attracted her and that she loves them is just a testimony to who she is as a person. In Montana, I've told you in private, I've said it out loud, but I'll tell you in front of everyone, you do a phenomenal job, and I'm so happy that you were nominated or not nominated, because you're not nominated, you were picked and selected for this award because you're so well deserving.
Thank you.
I'll piggyback off of that. It's hard to put into words. I mean, just great job. Well done overall. So I was out traveling and unable to be that, make that great event. And you was taking place, however, but so I was in Tucson at the time at the NC3 Leadership Conference, and there were 48 people attended. There was 19 states represented. And I shared this with Montana. I said, I was the only New Mexico representation there at that training or conference, if you will. And when they asked, where's Lovington, New Mexico? It's hard to reference. You're just like, way over close to Texas. We've all been there, right? And I said, well, so a lot of those leaders had been formerly been at Nashville at the conference. And I said, were you at the ACT Visions conference a couple of weeks ago? Yeah. I said, well, the Mr. Peyton Hagler, I said, Teacher of the Year recipient was, if they remember that, they said, oh, yeah. I said, well, that's one of our Lovington teachers. And at that same time is when Ms. Hagler was receiving her national recognition as well. So we have to, I asked myself, and I shared this with them, I said, are great things happening at Lovington Municipal Schools? Yes, on a national level, as we also can, true testament that good things are happening here. So, but Montana, great job.
Thank you.
And just a little kudos to the whole production. I know that, Mr. Williams, that was a lot to pull together, and it was, and you and your team, and we told the superintendent, it was amazing to get to be a part of that. But one of the things that I thought about when I got home was until they announced it, honestly, I was thinking, we have a lot of teachers that this could apply to. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we're so fortunate. I told Bradley I get nervous when you guys get lots of awards because I don't want people to try to come find you. And so, but we do deeply appreciate what you all bring to our district and what you do for our kids. Thank you very, very much. Anything else from board members?
I think it's pretty, this just tells what kind of person Montana is. She's taking pictures up there holding this check. She leans over and says, I have students in my class right now. That's what she was worried about. You know what I mean? It wasn't soaking in the moment. You know what I mean? So, it's just pretty cool. So, good job.
Thank you again. Thank you again. Did you have any others? Okay. Of course, you guys are welcome to stay, but you're also welcome to get a cookie and leave if you want as we move forward into the other stuff. But thank you again for what you do for our kids every single day. So thank you. All right, we're going to move right on into the information director's reports. I'll open it up to the board for questions.
I have one on this couldn't find it anywhere in this information, but I know last year we talked about, bus drivers, and with spring sports coming up, I know we're busy, and overnight bus drivers and that type of stuff. Are we planning accordingly, or how's that looking?
I was way back in the back. I missed the last
Okay.
part of that question.
I was just saying, how is that looking? How are we setting with drivers? Are we,
Right now, we're sitting really good.
okay,
You know, I contacted one of the baseball coaches, and we're having problems because, thank you so much. We're having problems because on one of the dates, there's a lot of things that are taking place. Well, here, we have English Expo taking place,
Right.
2 buses for Science Olympia, and then we have cheer competition on Saturday. And so we contacted him about a baseball tournament, a JV baseball tournament. And we're trying to get together and come up with a plan to take care of it. But that, right now, that's the only one. And we still need one schedule from the, I think it's the golf team, right? Do you have a schedule? 23rd. That's the only schedule we're waiting on right now.
okay, good.
So currently, it's good. Well, currently, it's okay.
And really, I'm assuming all of our coaches are made aware that the priority order, unfortunately, when we run into issues as far as JV versus varsity, et cetera, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
The baseball coach is aware of it. When I did visit with him, and I said, you know, these are state competitions, he goes,
Right.
I understand.
yeah,
And it's only one day, that Friday, because it's tournament's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So they're leaving Friday and Saturday. And Kirk's done a great job getting with the coaches and doing the schedules. And we have a lot of things that are taking place on Saturdays. I don't know, Mr. Williams might not like that because he tries to be at everything. And those Saturdays are really hard on administration. But I know that so far this whole year, he's done a great job of having games spread out.
Thank you.
thank you. Well, while you're up there, Mr. De La Cruz, I mean, and really, I think it's probably financial as well. But when I look at the fund balance, it's the first time that I've noticed a balance in our food service that was a little concerning. But are we waiting on some reimbursements or, I mean, because we have not seen an out of balance as far as revenue and expenditures to your knowledge, right? I mean, I know that's kind of both of you guys, so go ahead, Carrie. Yeah, feel free to join that as well.
That is true. USDA reimburses for the prior month, and Juan does a fabulous job of turning them in, and he gives me a copy, but we're at their mercy as to when they reimburse us. So, and that's the same thing with federal and state local. You're going to see the 2400s and the 2700s. You're going to see the same thing. You might see a negative, but it's because we have to spend it
Right.
and get reimbursed. So, yes.
And that's really hard. I think what just got me is that's kind of the first time I've seen that. And I know that there's been a lot of changes at the national level and some adjustments, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that you guys feel that we're still doing great because.
He does a great job of turning in the report, and he gives them to me every month, and the plate count and all the.
Right.
And that's why I included the accounts for you to look at, because you can see the numbers are still there.
Yeah.
And it's not every single student, but the majority of them. And I know yesterday we got an email from USDA. They were asking us to transfer some money over, and I think one of the things that's happening is exactly what you said. We're still waiting on the feds to catch up with what they're trying to do.
Okay, but it is coming. We're not worried about it not, okay. Yeah, because it's a great program for our kids, so I just wanted to make sure on that. Okay, thank you. That was all I had. Appreciate it. Any other questions from the board?
Not for me.
Okay, we'll move into the superintendent's update. Any information that you want to share with the board in addition to what you've included? Okay. Any questions for the superintendent?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, let's move right on into routine matters. We'll take items 1 through 4 as part of the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve those as presented?
Second.
Okay. Vanessa, you kick his in. You can just nod for him, yeah. Okay. All right, thank you. All right, we're gonna move, there's no budget adjustments this month? Mr. Vusick, don't get used to this, okay? They're tricking you, I'm just telling you. Okay, and so then there's no bids. We will move down to the donations. And I'll ask the superintendent or assistant superintendent if they want to make any comments on that. We have a donation for Taylor Middle School, for the basketball teams.
And the marquee sign
Mm-hmm.
that the county commissioners donated to Orlando Elementary.
Okay.
And then Newborn Oil has donated $3,000 to our workforce kiddos, our students who are working. So we appreciate all of the donations, of course.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Any questions from the board?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the donations as presented?
So move.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
Second.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll move into new business. As has been customary, every 2 years, we reorganize both our officers and our committees. So at this time, I will open it up to nominations for board president.
I nominate Mrs. Maker.
Do I hear any other nominations?
No, but I second.
I agree.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I feel like everybody gets tired of hearing my voice. So, all right. So there's been a motion and a second. And you know what, Vanessa? Let's just do this in one fell swoop for nominations. Do I hear a motion for vice president?
I nominate Miss Ansel.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay. And as far as secretary?
Say Mr. Dale Dunlap. He's
Mr.
not
Dale
here.
Dunlap. He can't object. I'll second that. Yeah. All right. Okay. So basically what we're doing is the motion is to maintain the officers as they currently sit. So as far as board committees, we have the finance committee currently made up of Mr. Bishop, Ms. Ansel. Would you guys be willing to serve in that position again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the audit committee, I'm going to ask, Mr. Vusick, will you be willing to serve on that with Mr. Dunlap? Okay, great. All right, so the motion would be to do what I just said, so I don't have to repeat it all. Motion,
I'll make the motion.
okay,
I'll second.
okay. Did you get all that, Vanessa? Okay, thank you. That was
You
the
play a
simpler
trick
way.
on Dale, tell him he's
I know, I am gonna tell him that. I am so gonna tell him that. You were thinking same as me. So. Okay, next item, status update of the 24-25 Lovington Municipal School financial audit. Thank you, Carrie.
So as you may have been aware, the audit, which is usually due November 15th, was extended till January 20th due to the federal, they were revamping the single audit. It turns out we only needed one report and not a separate single audit. So we were able to, in December, exit and has already been submitted to the state auditor. I cannot release it yet. You have to have an okay to print and then an okay to release 5 days later. We are waiting on that, but everything was submitted ahead of schedule. I can tell you there were no findings. I can tell you that. But as soon as the state auditor gives us the okay to release, then we can send that on.
Great. So hopefully at the February meeting, so.
Hopefully
yeah.
so, yes, ma'am.
Great. Thank you, Carrie. Okay. Final thing under new business is first reading to review and revise policy J, sections 0050 to 1983, plus exhibits. I'll open it up to the board for any comments or questions.
Well, I have,
Okay.
everybody that's surprised, do not answer. I found it interesting on the very first page. Part of our job is to provide an environment of reality in which students can learn personal and civic responsibility for their actions through meaningful experiences as full citizens. And yet, we cannot use any punitive measures for students with excessive absences, when in real life, they lose their job. But anyway, that was just a comment. Okay, I already had that one answered. And some of these, on the J0550, the school age person means a person who at least 5 years of age prior to 12:01 a.m. on September 1st of the then current school year. I know way back in the day, we didn't even start school until after Labor Day, so I'm assuming that's where that September 1st came in. Is that date still relevant? Do we have data that supports us not starting until September 1st?
So that date is based on state law. So that is the entrance age in the NMAC. And that 12:01 a.m. is very important. So when we do kindergarten roundup, we try to designate the time of birth as well as day and place, because if a student is born at straight up midnight on September 1st, they're eligible, but 12:01 they're not. So it's, that language is very specific to who is eligible to enter school.
Even though we start in July now.
Even though we start in July.
And if I may just, from a developmental standpoint, a child that turns 5 in July or 4 or wherever, there's such a difference on where they are developmentally. And so I know that has been asked. I think it is, because everybody's going, wait, everybody starts school so much earlier, and those very young ones. And I think if Ms. Cartwright was here, she would tell you if she had her way, they would have to be age eligible, February, March, to be able to, to be able to meet that. So I don't know. That is one thing that comes into the conversation a lot of times.
Yeah, no, that answers my question. I dealt with high school kids forever and ever and ever, so
Yeah.
that answers my question. That's good to know.
But it may still come up. As we see this unfortunate pattern. Yeah, it is at that national, so.
Okay, cool. And then this may be some clarification on J0750. A student who is a resident of the district and who meets the applicable requirements established by state law shall be admitted without payment of tuition to the school in the attendance area in which the student resides, may be admitted as a resident transfer to another school in another district in accordance with their open enrollment policy. And then third bullet down, a student who is 17 years of age or older and whose place of residence is in the district. Why would, do we admit many 18-year-olds? To me, it would make more sense if it said 17 or under, if we're gonna admit them enrollment into our district. Is that the way it's supposed to be written? Or maybe I'm just misunderstanding. Yeah, a student who is 17 years of age or older and whose place of residence is in the district. I didn't know if we admitted too many 18-year-olds or 17-year-olds for the first time.
So all of the bullets are referring to allowing someone to enroll. So their parent or legal guardian has to reside here if they're under the age of 17. But we do have individuals, and they typically fall under McKinney-Vento homeless, that are 17, not adults yet, that we have to allow to be enrolled in our district because they are unaccompanied youth.
Okay, so it
So that's where
applies to,
that,
okay.
And it references is down here at the bottom, that McKinney-Vento
Yeah.
homeless, so that would make sense. Okay.
So that's where that situation, sometimes some of our undocumented unaccompanied youth that are here without a true place of residence that's related to their family. So that's what that's referring to.
Okay, so they don't have to have parent
Right.
involvement to enroll in the
Yes,
district?
that is
Okay.
correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank
that
you,
makes sense. Thank you, thank you. And then we have the same issue about where it's written in here on J 0950. Credits shall be transferable with no loss, blah, blah, blah. Honors courses requiring weighted GPAs will be indicated as honors courses in the alignment with the district policy regarding honors credits in Lovington High School course offerings. Likewise, only honors courses which are offered at Lovington High School in alignment with the courses offered during corresponding school, you'll be given the indication of weighting for ranking purposes. We talked about that and about our kids that take concurrent enrollment in college classes and whether or not we should weight those grades if they're taking a college class. Is that equivalent to an honors class on our campus?
I had that written down as well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the key word was offered. It's not that it's taught at Lovington High School, but Lovington High School offers that course that they take. Am I dreaming that, or? Because I even went and looked at the handbook that the students get, and it says the same thing. And I remember us having that long conversation.
But I think isn't this paragraph referencing students who are a transfer student? Credits shall be transferable with no loss of value between schools. If I come from Texas and I took honors industrial design, but we don't offer that, we can't transfer that credit because it's not a credit at our school.
It's not offered.
Oh, so
Right.
this is only for transfer
So credits shall be
students.
transferable with no loss between the schools if they're accredited by a public education department and we offer something similar. We can't transfer
Right.
credit if we don't
Right.
have that credit.
And I think that's the key word, is offered, because it was like, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's
In the building,
taught
but
in the building, but it's offered as part of
they
their.
may not have made, but we offered it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Because I had the same thing written down,
Okay.
and I thought, okay. Other questions?
I do on J 1000. This is just clarification, after liaison for homeless students, the chief executive officer, should that be the superintendent? Or, because everywhere else in the document it references superintendent, right? And then, I guess, these are just questions, like J 512 talks about attendance teams, and then J 1031 talks about a liaison for the homeless. Assume we have that? Okay, that's, it's.
Do you want Stephanie to talk about it?
Sure.
That's me. So, yes, we do have a homeless liaison. Every district has to have one, and that's me
Okay,
currently.
I just didn't, I've never
Previously,
came
Mr.
across
Hine.
it, so.
Okay.
You might stay there, because on J 1561, notifications of absence, in that one, it says, I think, the first 3 hours of the day that the parents will be notified.
So we have our parent square set up to notify if they were gone within the first period, Michael, correct me if I'm wrong, first period and then end of day. So you're getting notification through parent square that way.
I don't get.
I get in today.
Yeah, end of
It
day.
can depend on how you have your settings on your notifications as a parent. So, but you can log in as a parent. I can open and you can open your parent view and see immediately, or your parent your parent view immediately to see when your kids are at school, when they arrive, like those things are in there. And you can set up those notifications in your attendance and parent view, and then that parent square message that you get is end of day.
I just think we need to maybe clarify this because it says, if they have a telephone and provide a contact number, the school may make reasonable effort to give notification of absence within 3 hours of the beginning of the school day. So it's almost talking like it'll give a phone call.
So we
So I
could
don't know if
say
we need
via the student information system application, maybe that's what that needs to be clarified.
And there's not a tie to NEMAC, so that's good.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Since you're talking about 1561, I think one of the things, and I see this even in our beginning ones, there's a reference to 5%, 10%, 20%. And so the clarification of 5% of what? And I don't think it's so much that the board needs to know that, but I just, when we are trying to hold parents accountable for getting their child at school, what is that 5%, 10%, 20%? And so I'm wondering if there doesn't need to be some way that we're defining that to whatever means that I wouldn't have a clue where to go with that, but.
And that is, out of Attendance for Success Act, those percentages, and it's of the time the instructional time, so.
Right, but is it on a weekly basis? Now, one of the things I do like, I kind of like that it's not a mandate coming down, that the district can say, okay, are we going to look at this weekly, 9 weeks, monthly, however. And it may be even like at an elementary and secondary. I'm not really sure, but I want to be sure that families are aware of where this comes in. And I'm thinking it may be almost addressed at a more local level, and that's okay. But then I think when I look at 1561, I would like to see what is exactly considered an absence, and something in writing of at what point, and that would be something that, the administrative team, but at what point does something, does it become an absence? And it's clear for families to know that, I think would be helpful to have in there.
So in the eyes of the state, there is not an excused absence other than a school absence, school-related absence. Religious, cultural, doctor's note, verified by parent, all of those things. It doesn't matter if you bring an excuse. An absence is an absence in the Attendance for Success Act. So, and I will double check that with Mrs. Q, but I believe that it does say any absence is an absence.
Right.
So there is no.
I think what I'm thinking of is the second or third grader that arrives at school at 9:05.
Yes.
Are they absent? And I think really clarifying where that falls in. Our secondary, where it's like, okay, they missed second and third and fifth period or something like that. That's a different conversation. But anyway, I wonder if we need some clarification.
So we can look at it and define it a little bit more.
Okay, I think it'd be a great spot to put it in for student absences, just so everybody's clear on that, but thank you for that.
If they show up in there.
No, I'm saying there's parents that the child doesn't arrive until 9 o'clock in the morning to school. Are they considered absent?
Right, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Good question.
And we do have some internal guidelines on that, so
Yeah,
we'll
and that may be the way,
just
and so I
clarify
think
that.
just communicating that with families and stuff like that.
Yes,
Okay,
we can
all
do
right,
this.
thank you. Any other
I think
comments?
through that whole 1561, there's several things about shall call the school, or, what I mean, so it may just need to be updated to
Just more modern
Just say it's
communication,
available
send me a
access.
text.
contact, and, okay,
Right, it's their responsibility kind of.
But that's all.
okay. Again, it's the first reading, so if you see some other things that you have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out to the superintendent on that, so. Okay, we're gonna move into public comment time. Is there anybody at this time here for public comment? Okay, seeing nobody, just a reminder of the upcoming legislative conference in Santa Fe. Please let Vanessa know, A, if you're gonna go, and B, what day you anticipate to arrive, so she can make sure that your accommodations are set up for that. So, and she will need to know that probably in the next week or so. Okay. All right, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, again, Mr. Vusick, don't get used to this, but this is great. And I think that the audience is glad too, so, all right. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.